an author, a murderer, or a monstrous cannibal. Love to eat, or eat for love. Or maybe he want to be at the top of the food chain. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Ray's channel. Today, I will be talking about a crime that shocked the world. What's even more shocking is the after effect. In Paris, June 1981, an old man found two suitcases in a park unattended. Due to the man's curiosity, he opened the suitcase. Once he opened the suitcase, he found body parts packed in bag. Immediately, he called the police. When the police came, they were shocked by the scene. A human body was disfigured, put into plastic bags before it was put into the suitcases. Right away, the police arranged for an autopsy. Due to the body being badly disfigured with many parts of the body missing, the corpse was impossible to recognize. But they do know the corpse belonged to a young woman. She had sexual intercourse and was shot in the back of her neck. Because so many people walked the park where the two suitcases was found, and the seriousness of the crime, the police organized a big manhunt for the murder. They also briefed the news and press, hoping someone who saw something to bring some key clues about how the two suitcases ended up in the park. Their plan worked. A taxi driver, after seeing the news, called the Criminal Investigation Department. The taxi driver told the police where he picked up the murderer. The driver said to the police, "The man seems odd. Holding two suitcases, he didn't went to an airport or train station, but instead, he went to the park." With this key clue, the police caught the murderer. The murderer was a 4 feet 9 inches tall Japanese man, named Sagawa Issei. When the police caught Sagawa Issei, the police had doubts. They thought that they might had caught the wrong person. Sagawa Issei seemed so innocent by the way he acted when he was caught. But Sagawa confessed to the crime of murder and cannibalizing his victim. The victim was a Dutch girl named Renee Hardenveld. Many part of Renee Hardenveld missing body parts was in Sagawa Issei's fridge. Some of her flesh were on dishes. Some were eaten. This was not the first time Sagawa Issei was caught committing this crime. Once in Japan, Sagawa Issei followed a German woman to her home. While she was asleep, he broke into the German woman's apartment wearing a mask. His intention was to cut off a piece of her flesh and leave. But the woman woke up and pushes him away. He was cuffed by police and charged for attempted rape. He never confessed his real intention to the police. This case was close after Sagawa Issei's father paid a sum of money to the woman. Of course, that was not all his father did. His father sent him to see a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist said that he was extremely dangerous. Knowing all this, still, nothing was done. And a few years later, he flew to Paris. In Paris, the young and beautiful Renee Hardenveld attracted Sagawa Issei. His uncontrollable desire took over. She became his prey. Knowing Renee Hardenveld was multilingual, on June 11, 1981, Sagawa Issei invited his classmate Renee Hardenveld to his apartment to translate a poetry. While she was translating, Sagawa Issei took out his rifle and shot Renee Hardenveld in the back of her neck. After shooting Renee Hardenveld, Sagawa Issei had sexual intercourse with the dead body of Renee Hardenveld. During his necrophilia, he said to Renee Hardenveld's body in French, "I love you." Within the next 48 hours, Sagawa Issei took and cooks parts of Renee Hardenveld's body. During the whole time, he took photos of what he did. He also stored some of her body parts in the fridge to be consumed for later time. Then he packs Renee Hardenveld's body into two suitcases and dumped them in the park. It was said that during interrogation, Sagawa Issei confessed, showing no signs of regret or remorse. Or I should say, he showed no sign at all. His wealthy father hired a lawyer for him. After more than 2 years locked in prison, waiting to be trialed, Sagawa Issei was found to be legally insane. Due to French law, Sagawa Issei was unfit to stand trial. Sagawa Issei was deported back to Japan and should never step foot into France. In Japan, Sagawa Issei's father was pressured by society for what Sagawa Issei had done. For this reason, Sagawa Issei's father sends him to a psychiatric hospital in Tokyo, Japan. In less than 2 years, he walked free. Not only he roams free in Japan, but he also became a celebrity for the book he wrote. The book's name is In the Fog. It was based on the killing and eating of René Hardevelt. It was said, every copy was sold,